there is a genetic predisposition. But even when there is a genetic predisposition, the science actually shows that you can do something to turn bad genes off and turn good genes on. If you haven't seen any of Dr. Dean Ornish's work on prostate cancer, which also translates into breast cancer and cardiovascular disease, his studies actually showed that with intensive lifestyle change programs, you can change 400 genes in your body to turn on good genes and to turn off bad genes. So this is a really important message. So what's actually being passed on is just a bad lifestyle. It's not necessarily bad genes. Okay. So as I mentioned, the field of epigenetics, this is the science of how the internal and external environments influence your health, how they influence our gene function, and the genes that we're born with are not necessarily our destiny. And again, we're going to hear more today about other types of chronic illnesses. Why is it that everyone that's born with the Alzheimer's gene that makes you more predisposed to dementia, why is it that all of those individuals don't get dementia? The reason is because if the individuals lead a healthy lifestyle, the genes are turned off and healthier genes are turned on. So your genes are definitely not necessarily your destiny, and the science of epigenetics actually shows that. So Ornish Research, Dean Ornish, he's been doing this research for about 40 years now. He's actually shown that we can influence genes up to 500 genes, which is really tremendous. And similar results are seen in heart disease. Lifestyle changes alter the risk and incidence of chronic disease and cancer. Okay. Autoimmunity. When I first started in medicine about 25 years ago, there were probably maybe a dozen or so autoimmune illnesses. Autoimmune diseases are actually situations where the body actually attacks itself. So now, if you actually take count of this, we actually have about over 100 autoimmune illnesses. So this is something that we should think about, because again, this is where our lifestyle becomes a problem. Okay, I'm actually going to cut this short because I think Marcus is here. Marcus came all the way from Tampa, so he probably was stuck in traffic. But well, you'll hear more about mental health today as a cause of disability and death. This slide says, are farmers smarter than doctors? I think farmers are smarter than doctors for one reason. They've actually figured out how to feed their animals so the animals don't get disease. And when you think about all the television commercials that you see, what commercials do you actually see for human food? You see fast food commercials, right? You don't see commercials for healthy food. And when we actually look at it, when we look at TV commercials, they're usually related to animal food. So we really have to start to think, how do the farmers take care of their patients, if you will? How do we take care of ourselves, and how we as healthcare providers take better care of our patients? You can absolutely slow the aging process. Marcus will talk to you more about physical fitness as an activity that really slows the aging process. Jessica talked to you about the importance of chewing your food. You're going to hear much more about that today from Dr. Clapper, Dr. Scherzai, and Dr. Barnard. And I guess I'm done. So let me turn it back over to Jessica. No, go ahead. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Wow, thank you, Dr. Sal. Give it up for Dr. Sal. That was great. I love that you could just step on in. Great, thank you very much. Hi, Marcus. Are you ready to roll, or we need a minute? Okay, great. Clearly, Marcus and I have the same trainer. I'm always lifting weights. It's just I do it in my sleep. I'm so buff. I'm so fit. Can you tell? No, you'll see that he's a athletic specimen. Anybody been chewing in the last